Welcome back, guys. In today's video, I'm actually going to review Season 4 as a whole. I've already done a Battle Pass review and a review of the Elimination Mode. However, I want to take a look at this new Season 4 in its entirety. I want to look at some of the changes that have come and talk to you a little bit about what I like, what I don't like, and how Season 4 is shaping up in its entirety. Before we jump into that, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We are all Vigor all the time. If that's what you're into, then join us. Okay, so Season 4, I'm just going to brush over Battle Pass and Elimination Mode because I did do separate reviews for those. Battle Pass, overall, I really like it. They did lower the price to 690 crowns. They also are giving us more bonus XP tickets every 5 levels. So before we were getting them every 10 levels. Now once you reach level 10, we get them at 15, at 20, 25, 30, and 35. This is making the grind a little bit better, and I like that. I think their Battle Pass grind was flawed in previous seasons, and this kind of puts it on par with where I expect a Battle Pass to be and how long it takes to grind a Battle Pass. So Battle Pass, overall, I really like it. There's a new mode, the Elimination Mode. I just want to brush over this real quick too. If you'd like to watch my full review on the Elimination Mode, check it out. Link is in the description below. But Elimination Mode is a great addition to the game. It's an arcade mode. It's kind of an arcade mode in waiting, as that mode will really take off when you can jump in with friends. As of right now, you're not able to, but it is a fun game mode, and I do like it. Now, the biggest thing that I want to talk about, the biggest change to the game, which I did not expect to be the biggest change, was the Comm Station overall system. Adding 3 Comm Stations to a match and enabling you to buff or debuff those Comm Stations up to 4 times. This can happen in each match. Really has changed the meta of the game. It's really changed the way I've been playing the game, and it changes the whole feel of the game. And I think it changes it for the better. I think it lines it up with the type of game that Vigor is. At its core, Vigor is a survival looter, and I think in previous seasons it got away a little bit from that survival looter feel and became, at least for me, more about getting your kills up, having fun chasing people, getting kills, and that's still a part of the game. But with this Comm Station overhaul, I feel like a lot more people are looting, a lot more people are staying, going for crate, using crates strategically, and it just has added a really nice feel to the game that gives it this survival looter shooter feel that it's meant to be, that Vigor's going for. So well done on the Comm Station overhaul. Again, I think this is the biggest change to the game. It affects the meta the most, and I think it's a welcome change. I really like it. A lot of times I've jumped in and I've changed location, and then I've given myself the advantage of quick release. So you can go up, grab it, and then bounce, and it's given me a distinct real advantage. It's not gimmicky. It actually is real. I've also, if I don't plan on going for crate, if I know I'm just not equipped in the right position to go for crate, I will run to a station and I will make the crate heavier or give it radiation and then try to snipe whoever gets the crate. So it has changed it. I think more players are staying longer as a result of these options. Well done, Comm Stations. Biggest change, best change in my opinion. Next up, I do want to talk about a new cosmetic, and that is face paint. Face paint is a welcome new cosmetic, and I can see this going forward to the future. Any way to further customize our characters in a third-person game is gold. It just enhances your experience. It gives you more ways to make your character yours, to show off your equipment, to show off what you've done, and face paint is something that can now be unlocked and can be applied to each of your characters. I would like to see more colors. Obviously, we're now going to get these every Battle Pass, every season as the seasons come, and it's very exciting. This is something that I think they nailed as well. We got another addition to the game in the Armory. Now, this is brand new to the shelter. I like it. However, at this point, there's not really much that you do in there, right? Like, you go in and it displays your guns, and I like that. But I can't bring anyone in to see my guns. If I could bring in a friend to show off my gun room to, then absolutely, I think this would crush it. This is a cool addition to the game. I just hope that they do more with it. I hope this evolves and becomes a more important space to your shelter, to your game. This is something that I'd really like to see. Let's move on to guns. Now, in Season 4, they have changed the recoil on guns. In the patch notes, they said that recoil has been increased slightly across the board. I don't have a problem with this personally. I actually really like it personally, but then again, I've not had a problem with any of the recoil in the game since it started. Now, a lot of people have very strong opinions for this, and so this is going to be a point that you either really like or you really don't like. Myself, I like it. I like that the guns are a little challenging to use, that there is a distinct difference in them, that there are no super OP guns. The way that it was last season, I felt like there were some super OP guns because of lack of recoil on certain guns. Every gun now has recoil that has been slightly increased. I do think this benefits the game. I think it gives it a very unique feel. I personally like it. Now, you might disagree with me, and this might be terrible for you. However, for me, I really, really enjoy this. Now, along with guns, we did get 4 new weapons added to this game, 3 guns and a knife, and it's very, very exciting. The Bugle F1 is the first gun that you unlock this season. Then you get the UK VZ59, the M249. Both of these are machine guns, military grade machine guns, and then you get the new knife, the RM14. Now, my favorite gun out of these 3 so far is the Bugle F1. It has a very, very high fire rate, a high effective range. It's a very powerful gun. I put that in 3-shot bursts, and I've just been crushing with it. This is changing a little bit, these mid-tier guns, these higher tier guns, as all these are military grade. I do like these guns. It just gives us more options to fight with. Again, the Bugle F1 is my favorite so far this season. I just feel like it's a distinct powerhouse. The kick isn't too bad. The 3-shot burst is pretty powerful, and it's a gun that can compete with the ADR. Let's get into the 2 new consumables added to the game, namely the Jammer and Mortar Strikes. Now, I did think Mortar Strikes were going to completely change the game. I thought that this was the biggest change coming that would absolutely destroy meta. I was wrong. Again, it's ended up being Comm Station overhaul, in my opinion. But Mortar Strikes, it's again a welcome addition to the game. Just one more tool that we can use to fight and to kill other players. Mortar Strikes you do not unlock until level 35. However, you can pick these up in safes and in crates in game. I've done it multiple times. I've used them multiple times. I've had them used against me multiple times. This is not a big change to the game. It's not going to have a huge meta change, but it is a change to the game. It is something that you are going to be able to use to flush people out of a hiding spot, flush people out of a camping spot, to defend or attack crate. And I think this is a good change. I think long term, this is something that a lot of people are going to enjoy, particularly towards the end of the season as people hit that 35 cap, are able to craft these. You're going to start seeing these in every game, and I think it's good. It's going to be a good part of the game. Jammers you unlock early in the battle pass, and so everybody has access to jammers. Jammers again feel like this long-term play, much like Mortar Strikes. Both of these consumables I think are meant for end game. You're either playing crate, and so you don't want people to know where you're at, or you're camping a certain spot. You don't want people to know where you're at. You drop a jammer. I do like both of these consumables. I do think this is a welcome change. I do think this just tweaks the meta slightly. That makes the game a little bit more strategic, and I enjoy that. Let's go through and talk the brand new memento, lighters. Now, lighters are a lot more hard to find than trolls were. Speaking of trolls, they did make trolls easier to find in this. They laugh a lot more, and that's a welcome change for mementos. Lighters are kind of, you get these by exploring. You get these by looting, by searching. They're on tables, they're outside, they're inside, they're all over the place. There are hints where you can find these, but let me tell you this, when you pick one up, I picked up the disco lighter recently. This music plays, it feels good. This is a cool memento. I'm really glad they added mementos. The lighter mementos just adds to the trolls mementos that already exist. It's just this little extra bit of collectionist mentality that is added to the game and adds a lot, in my opinion. I really like what they've done with lighters. We covered everything that I like. Now let's go over 2 criticisms that I have for the game. Well, actually, I only personally have 1 criticism, and we've already gone over the other criticism, and this is a criticism I could see people having of Season 4. My criticism is that it reset my settings. When I jumped into the game, my entire settings were reset. I had to go and redo all of my settings. I don't like that. So hopefully in the future, that is something that doesn't have. It's just tedious. You have your settings, you take the time to get them completely dialed in, exactly the way that you want them, and then those settings are reset with a new update. I didn't like that at all. So just be aware of that. And then there is recoil. This is going to be a sticky point again, like I said, for a lot of people. I don't mind it personally, but if you don't like this added kick on the guns, then this is going to hurt your experience in Season 4. I would encourage you to try out all the guns if you don't like the recoil, and find a new gun that maybe doesn't have as much recoil as it did before. I think a lot of times when you have a problem with less recoil or more recoil, it's because you're used to a certain gun and you're not willing to change it up to a new gun. I'd give the Bugle a try, in all honesty. I really like the Bugle. If you preferred the ADR and now you find the ADR useless because of the amount of kick on there, just experiment with different guns. However, I do recognize this is a criticism that some are going to have for Season 4. Overall, I think this is a great addition to Vigor. This season feels unlike other seasons in that this feels like Vigor is maturing. It's becoming a more advanced game in its gameplay. It's becoming just a more mature experience overall. It's a really good update. If you've been away from the game for a while, it's a great time to jump in. If you've never played, I think this is the best time to try it out. So jump in, try out Vigor. I'd like to know what you guys think of Season 4 so far. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Where did I go wrong? What did I leave out? Again, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. We are all Vigor all the time, and we will see you guys next time.